Hey, this is Matsa and welcome to our video.
Welcome back!
What is today's title?
Today we are gonna talk about the differences of house in Taiwan and in Poland.
So it's been like 3 years since I've been to Taiwan last time.
Yeah.
So some things might have changed. However, I think there's a lot of differences actually between those type of houses in Poland and in Taiwan, and we actually note them all in here. We note like 13 of them.
Yeah.
And for me, let's say first one, the biggest surprise was about the toilet paper, because the toilet paper.
I can imagine that.
Yeah, I mean that was very interesting, because firstly you told me that, oh please, wherever you do anything with the toilet paper, don't flush it. And I was like, what? So where should I store it? Yeah. And then you said that there is like a trash can next to it. And I think it is being changed right now in Taiwan, that the flush system is better.
Yes. So
But
generally, first point is that in Poland you flush anything, not anything actually. In Poland, you flush toilet paper after you use it into the toilet itself. Yeah. In Taiwan, during my growing up period of time, we don't do that. You just throw it to the trash bin next to you, and you throw it as a normal waste. Yeah. You don't flush it in, because back then the pressure of the toilet wasn't strong enough. But as I understand, after I left Taiwan, and my sister told me that it's been improving, and now even the government is encouraging people to flush it, because now we can manage that. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I was really surprised, and I was like, I mean, nothing offensive, but I was thinking like, why I am just like thinking like I have to wipe my ass and I have to put it like to the trash can
Together with other
people's poop. Yeah, that was really surprising me.
Yeah, I know.
And also one more thing that I realized is that the flush was really less strong than in Poland, and the amount of water, this one might be only about your house, but the amount of water was bigger, like taller. Yeah, when I flush it, it was like like this. Yes, and in Poland it's usually like this only. Yeah, so that surprised me as well.
Yeah. So on the other hand, when I came here, I was surprised that you flush the paper into the toilet. Yeah?
Okay.
Especially that connected to the next point, that you usually don't put like a big trash bin in the toilet, like in the bathroom. Yeah. So I remember I went to my friend's house on the first trip to Poland, and I had period during that time. I know it's a guy living with his mom, and probably mom already doesn't have period anymore, so they don't put any trash bin in the toilet. And I was awkward, you know. But it's awkward because like my friend, male Polish friend that I just met, so I couldn't be like, sorry, I have tampon with me, where to throw it. Yeah? So I was like, put it in my bag.
Oh my, okay.
During this whole dinner time, yeah, and that
so it was there.
It was there during this whole time. So that shocked me actually as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think in Poland we like two options rather. We either put a small trash can just for Q-tips, maybe for some small like those stuff that women are using, to put
Cottons,
it there, and or nothing. In my house, in my family house, yes, there is no trash can at all.
Yeah.
And the third one is about heater or the air conditioner, because here in Poland, the heater, the radiators, I think you can see it in every house.
Yeah.
Like it's literally number one thing.
Because it's usually cold here. Winter is longer here.
Exactly. And we don't really use air conditioners. Like, of course, people do use it, but it's rather like above standards need. That rather when you build a like completely new house, you are thinking about this, or some rich family rather will buy it. It's like an extra thing, because we have hot summer. However, it's pretty short, and usually it's not that hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And in Taiwan, it's opposite.
Completely opposite. Yeah. So Over here, your summer is around 2 months, and overall the temperature is around, I don't know, maximum 30 degree, but just for a short period of time. So yeah, it is suffering without air conditioner for me, because I couldn't stand heatness that much, yeah, so that is difficult for me. But just few days and it passed. And in Taiwan, is like most of the days during the year is hot, and even
the weather is humid as well, so it makes it even
hotter. And in the winter time, we have around 14 degree, 13, 14. So it's like your spring here. Yeah. So we don't really have like heater itself. Only we have those little one that you can have it, and it's only for like temporary use, not like you just open it for the whole day. Yeah, and on the other hand, we have air conditioner, and it is very popular to have air conditioner that is dual usage. So most of the time you use as air conditioner, and then when it's winter you can switch it
to the heating. Okay.
Yeah, so like my parents' house have this kind.
Okay.
Yeah, but most of the family will just have like a regular air conditioner. About heater rather, so usually in the Polish house you also have it in the toilet, for example. Those heating plus hanging hanger, I don't even know how to call it. So you can use it as a hanger for the towels, but meanwhile you can open up the heat, and it's also heating up the room.
It's heating up the room, and you can also heat up the towels, like kind of like
dry it up. Yeah, so
and
that is regular here.
Yeah. Also in like more modern houses in Poland, you can also see there is this heating installed in the floor even, or in the walls, not on those. Yeah. But usually most popular is the one on the floor. Like actually, like because we have this new accommodation right now and we have it on the floor and together with the heaters, like normal additional. Okay.
Next one about the trash can. It's very specific in Poland that you place your trash can
under the sink.
Under the sink in the kitchen. Yeah.
Many times, even in our accommodation, we still decided to do that. I don't know. It's like, since I'm born, I'm used to it, and it's very handy, in my opinion, as a Polish citizen, that I'm doing something in the toilet, and then I open this trash and I can throw it just there, because the sink is here, trash is there. Meanwhile, wherever I was, which is outside of Poland, and I was in, for example, Netherlands or in Taiwan. Or in Germany, everywhere else, it was just placed separately. Yeah, it was somewhere in the kitchen, but not under the sink. And it was rather like obviously there. This is the trash can, which I don't know, kind of, in my opinion, it's kind of ugly. Like rather put it on the bottom of the sink, right?
Yeah, so that was also the first Polish culture that I learned when I came here. Like I went to his house and like, excuse me, where's the trash can? And like, it's under the sink and it will always be there. Just don't forget about it. I mean, most of the Polish house. And I was like, wow, that's really interesting.
When I was in Netherlands and I was in that family, and I didn't even ask where is the trash can, I was just looking under the sink and they start to laugh at me. What am I doing? I was like, what? Like, I feel offended.
Next one is having the dishwasher in a house. So this happens very often in Poland, I think. That having a dishwasher is a basic equipment.
Well, at least from my friends and from my family, and usually from people that we've met here in Poland, I think most of them have it. And in Taiwan, I think they don't really use it that often. Yeah.
It's a funny mindset that we don't trust dishwashers. And even when we are gonna move into this house, and we had a little debate on this topic, because he's like, yeah, it's a need, it's a basic thing, and I'm like, but it's only 2 of us, and back then we didn't really cook much, so we use the plate most of the time for breakfast. I was like, so how many days we have to collect those dirty dishes in the dishwasher until we actually clean it? And
2 days.
And bacteria and everything will be growing in there. It's like my mind is going crazy thinking about that. But he and his parents are like,
Sorry, I was just convincing, like, 3-1.
3-1, so I lost,
Convincing with everything, and I was even saying, like, come on, it's like nature friendly, you're gonna save money and so on. And you're like, since when you are saving money for the nature and stuff like that? You're like getting annoyed by this even. Yeah.
So anyways, now I'm actually glad, because especially when we start to cook, so we do have lots of plates, additional tools that we have to clean it, and it is helping. Like half of the dishes are going into the dishwasher, and half of those bigger pots and so on, we have to manually clean it. So it is helping. Yeah. So that is a funny thing. Like in Taiwan, we don't really like to use it. There is some kind of new trend of awareness among young people, young mothers, that maybe it is actually needed, but regularly you wouldn't see that.
I think for me it's a waste of water when you are doing those dishes all the time in the sink, and it's so frustrating because we were doing it back in our accommodation or old house that we were renting. There was no dishwasher actually. It was just horrible. Anyways, next
oven. So it is also a similar thing.
Okay.
But only because you guys like to bake those pastry or cake and so on. And maybe some people do that, but it's not a regular thing for us to bake at home.
Because I think in Poland actually almost every house has it. I mean at least every house that has family will have it, yeah? But I think your parents have it.
No.
Oh.
We have the very small one, this size.
Like that microwave? Like some...
Even smaller.
Whoa.
Yeah, so
what
it's
can
like...
you do that?
like little toast.
Okay.
Like you literally don't really bake anything out of it.
I respect that. It's like, it's okay, yeah? It's difference of culture.
Yeah. Next one.
Taking off shoes. This is actually interesting because there's actually similarity between Poland and Taiwan.
They have common ground.
Poland or Mid-East Poland, together with Asia, I think, we just like to take off shoes, which I also personally think is very good, very healthy.
It's clean.
And it's clean, yeah? I remember that back when I was in Netherlands, as something like this exchange program, parents of my colleague were very happy that I was always taking off shoes, yeah? For me it was something normal. And my friend, meanwhile, he was always going with those even crazy stylish shoes, and just around home I was like, oh my god, okay.
Inside the house.
Inside.
That's cute.
And they were saying like, he used to take off shoes, but now he doesn't want to, yeah? I was like, no, okay, differences, yeah? But
yeah, so for us, it's like whenever you enter the house, you just take it off. Yeah, I just find it very unhealthy that you have to wear the shoes for the whole day and the socks stinks. Come on.
I don't know, but I prefer to, when I come back home, I directly take off everything that I can, which is for outside, and I put like those ridiculously homey super ugly kind of
braless and like shorts and like super wearing like dirty t-shirts, but it's like super comfy.
It's so comfy, yeah. So.
But then whenever anyone knock on our door, we're like, Jesus, naked like that. Next.
Voltage.
Voltage
of socket. This is interesting because Taiwan is using 110 volts. And meanwhile in Poland we use 230 volts. And the sockets are different. So to demonstrate you, we have some couple of cables here. And Taiwanese people will know. This one is typical Taiwanese switch, but this one I see that they have the ground also here, And you have like those two flat ones. And meanwhile in Poland we have those round head, a bit bigger kind of. And the more advanced one with the ground will look like this, So that's the differences. So actually this one is from a computer of Samsung, and we actually put something like this here, and then it works, However, except of those small electronics like this, can easily say that it's for either 100 volts or 240. Up to 240. Don't use those hair dryers or something which directly use the power into, like from your voltage to Poland, because actually we have examples of your friends and of you that you destroy those equipments.
Yes, especially hair dryers. Like during traveling, you somehow, I don't know, it's like hair dryer for women is always something very private that I only trust my hair dryer that it will dry my hair properly. So you always bring your own during traveling, and then it actually kind of make a spark.
It's a 1 second.
Okay. And the next one is about the barrier around the house. So this is interesting. I believe it's also connected to trust.
Okay. I would say in Poland we already have many barriers according to our standards. We still are making barriers around the house, especially single houses. You can see all of them will have it, and I think people from America might find it strange, that you rather don't. I think so. You rather don't really care about that one. You are kind of open about this, but we like to block ourselves from other people. But
so I think you are like you block it, but you also put security,
We
the
do.
security system.
We do. And meanwhile in Taiwan, I see that you even like to block the window.
Yeah. So it's not because like I don't know, like the Steeler, there are more Steelers or there are more burglary. Actually, no. But as I say, it's like trust. So it's like already like a tradition back then, all the way coming to this current era. So almost every house you will see big barrier, and also like metal barrier also on the window, and to secure anyone would just jump or climb into your house. Like even though there's not really much things going on right now, but still people have this kind of habit.
Well, Taiwan is a very safe place, I think. Rarely there's an accident. And I think actually both places are kind of safe, either Poland or Taiwan.
Poland is also safe,
however, I think Taiwanese people have this extra security mindset, that it's better for you to put some extra thing just to protect yourself.
Yeah. So other than those big fans, we also put CCTV and also
miniguns.
No, CCTV, and sometimes additionally you still put security systems. So it's like everything you could.
Okay.
So when we were installing our fence, my parents were very concerned that which one you're gonna choose. Are you gonna add this? Are you gonna add that? Lots of questions.
And meanwhile in here we are like, we are not gonna make it as a stronghold, right? we will put some barriers, but it's not that much.
So it's also another like a culture collision.
Okay. Hanging laundry. This is funny. Tell me more about this.
Yeah, so in Taiwan, we like to hang our laundry usually on the balcony. We set up something like a metal stick. Imagine those sticks that you put inside the wardrobe, those sticks that you use to hang the shirt. So we have something like that.
Like a strong metal stick.
Yeah, just against the wall. Or if the environment really doesn't allow you, so you'll put like soft string. But that's not so common used. So rather there's like always the strong metal stick there, and you just hang your laundry there to dry up. So many times in our balcony it doesn't really look beautiful or nice because it's just full of shirts. And over here you like to do those gardening and so on. So you put lots of special garden chairs, some special lights for the garden here, but we usually just use it in a very practical way with laundries.
However, I think in many places still in Poland you will find something similar, but I think people rather like to use like a line, like a little rope,
strings,
and then put it there. And I think many, especially block of flats, people like to use it because of the space mostly. They cannot really store it anywhere else, and they don't want to be bothered. Like for example, we used to live in our accommodation. There was no balcony, so we had to put it in the center of the whole room. So it's like that.
So that's an interesting difference. Next one.
Toilet located in the main living room. Yeah, that surprised me. When I was in Taiwan, actually, that we went to her parents' place, let's say, and just next to it, there's like from their room there is toilet. Like it doesn't really. I don't really get it because it's like. I mean, it's cool, you have your privacy, but at the same time, you could use this extra toilet outside, so everybody can use it. Because, let's say, for example, if you have like 2 children and yourself at the same time, so maybe those, like, I think like if this toilet is just like not hidden in the room of your parents, it's just there, so every side can use it fastly,
I know what you mean. Well, it is like... we treat it more like a privilege, like when a developer is selling the house, so they usually will put the special remark that this main living room is with additional bathroom inside. Yeah, it's always like a privileged one, and usually that one is like more luxurious, I'd say. So like for example, my parents, they have this bathtub, yeah, and other toilets in the house, which is not the main one, has those standing shower.
I know what is this all for, but I will not.
No, it's not all that. Yeah, but I do get what you mean. That it is more practical if you place it not in the room but outside the room. That is true. That's a good point. Yeah, because even now, many times, not now, like back then when we are on, I don't know, summer holiday or something, when everybody's in the house. So when it's shower time, so one person is occupying one toilet already, and the other person has to go into my parents' room to do that. Yeah, it doesn't bother us. We are a very open family.
I just even already recognized that you have 3 toilets there.
Yeah, but one is without shower.
Okay, but it's still a toilet, so it's crazy a lot. So you're obsessed with toilets, yeah?
We're not obsessed with toilets. Stop it.
No, I mean that's great. It's great. Okay.
Next one.
Rooftops. The funny sign you did there, like a triangle for Poland and a square for Taiwan. Well, it's normal. It's because of the weather. You know, we in Poland, like single houses, they have this kind of rooftop. Most of them, they might have this, however, but it's even I think more expensive to make something like this. But usually you will find them like that because of the, of course, snow. Snow will fall down like that. Yeah, amount of water can go nicely like this. Yeah. It is kind of inside, however, you will still feel like, oh my god, there is like this, you know, not spacey enough. Yeah. But that's the climate, that's the weather here, yeah. So we cannot really do anything with that. However, in Taiwan, I never seen anything like this because we don't have snow, I think.
Yeah, we don't have snow, we have rain, so we have most of them are just like blocks, yeah. Which is also interesting that outside the block, we have this arcade. I like to call it forehead because we have rain, like a lot of rain. So we designed this additional arcade that when it's raining, so this arcade outside the store is like a protection for pedestrian, for anyone who wants to hide under the rain. So it is easier. And it actually gave me the chance when I'm in Europe and I'm walking on the street in the center and I'm checking, like when it starts to rain, there's literally not much place to hide.
There still is. However, many times you can see that actually people are hiding, and there's like the roof is like only like this, so you can see like a group of people like domino, yeah.
Yeah, and in Taiwan you have like plenty of space. Yeah, so that is a funny differences, you know, because of the climate.
And one small thing to add is the windows, because we realized that at least what I've seen in at your house and what we have here in Poland. In Poland, the windows you are having is rather like this, that you have to close it in this way. Or like this, yes. But in Taiwan, you do this slide, yeah.
Maybe not everything, but common practice, we like to use slides as well. Yeah, and additionally, because we have mosquitoes, it's more hot there. So we have mosquitoes, we have some flying insects, especially in the summer. So we like to add additional, we could like net window.
Don't you even have like a double door?
Yeah, sometimes. So especially on the window, it's very common, especially in those block of flats. So it's like a very thin piece, but it's like very netty, and you just close this one to prevent any mosquito flying in. Yeah.
That's normal. I understand that.
Yeah.
However, for the whole time of my life, I never experienced the sliding window at all.
Really?
Like, maybe in some hostel or something we had, but really, no.
That's funny, that surprised me.
Just like this. Yeah.
Wow.
And that's it.
That's it for now.
So we hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please have a nice day. Stay safe.
Stay safe.
Stay healthy.
We love you. And see you next time, the next episode.
Hey.
Bye bye.